Good day to you peeps, Liesl here once more, and today we are going to cover how to create a back angle for your guitar neck. So let's waffle and straight in. Okay, well with this particular guitar that we are building, we are going to mount the neck, as we know, into the base of the box. So basically it will fit in that way. You can attach them inside the lid and that's perfectly fine, or even on top of the lid, more you kind of board on box style. But we'll talk more about that later because this is specifically about creating a back angle. So yeah, it's fairly simple. You need to be a little bit accurate, but once you've got it, you've got it. And I think it does make for a much more stable neck, so it doesn't kind of tilt this way and that when you finally built the guitar. So yeah, basically I have found the tried and trusted method down the years is to just take a very shallow angle off the bottom of the heel. You want it slightly shorter at the front end than you do at the back, and it is very gradual. So basically I've measured this one out. I've cross-hatched it, so I hope you can see because it's a very small measurement. If you can see here, I have literally measured 1/8 of an inch or 2 to 3 millimeters. That's as much as you need. You don't want to go any deeper than that, otherwise the angle will be too sharp, especially as it, the angle of descent or whatever you would call that will be too low once you fit it into the box. So yeah, using my slide rule, and as usual the battery has just gone in this but I can assure you that's a 2 millimeter measurement there, or using any kind of ruler, whatever you're using, just literally from the bottom, and trying to do this on camera backwards is not easy, measure up a couple of millimeters. That's all you need, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, or 1/8 of an inch, and just make a mark. You can see I have cross-hatched there, so that's just over 2 mil. And then with something straight, whatever you've got, the remnants of a yardstick, simply go from that point right to the very edge on the other end. So there it is. You can see if we can get that a bit better in focus, and you will find that the pencil mark does actually reach the end. Yeah, if it doesn't, you may have gone a bit too deep, but it's basically like that. Just cross hatch that in, and if I can show you the front of the heel, you can see there that's about 2, nearly 3 mil. So you've got that very shallow angle, and then basically just take off that material. Now I would do that with a hand file. You may have an electric sander or something like that, which I'm sure would do the job in seconds, but as I use all hand tools, I would just file that with a rasp, and then give it a good sanding. You want it as flat as you can get it, especially with this, because there will be some very shallow supports in the bottom. Now I will cover more on this as we go through the build, so hopefully that made sense to us all, but if not, I will basically revise what we've done here today, and that's enough to really get you going. It'll give you that nice steady angle which will release some of the tension on your strings. That said, perfectly horizontal necks are perfectly fine. I love them. I've built plenty of guitars without back angles, but because so many of us did ask the question, I thought I would cover that today. So more in the next video, and really that's it. Very simple, and yeah, hopefully that will get you going anyway on your own builds. That's a question that many of you asked, as I say, and I was very keen to cover. So that's about it for today, folks. If you stayed with me, thanks for joining me right until the end. As always, wherever you are, do stay safe. Whatever you're doing, do stay blessed, and whatever life brings. Keep building. Okay then peeps, on the next one. Bye.